You don't need magic to disappear for a while, because Firestone tires were built for ticking off mile markers. Firestone Destination LE3 tires for 70,000 miles of exploring. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Tiger Woods, Jason Day, and Freddie Couples are just a few of the names linked to the quality and precision behind Bridgestone Golf. But the man behind the scenes who helped create and catapult the Bridgestone Golf brand to the PGA grounds is Dan Murphy, its current president and CEO. Dan has a long history in the golf business and is a golf fanatic himself. But it wasn't until the early 2000s when he was recruited to help launch the Bridgestone Golf brand and quickly distinguished it for its golf ball fitting capabilities. Since then, Bridgestone Golf manufactures golf balls and accessories for everyone from PGA Tour pros to weekend warriors teeing it up with their buddies. Bridgestone Golf also serves as a premium lifestyle link to the Bridgestone Tire brand. So Dan, I've seen several videos on YouTube with Jason Day talking about the Mindset ball. How was he involved in the development of the ball or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, we did get involved with him. It was right around Players of 23, and we went and talked to him. And the reason we talked to him is because we had an idea ourselves, and we said, well, we want to do something on the golf ball that encourages and promotes performance and helps people play better. So not only give them the right product, but give them the tools to actually use it more effectively. And we had this in mind, and we were developing something. And then we thought, wow, this is a great marriage, because Jason's been doing something like that for a long time. And if you're a golf fan, you maybe have seen Jason Day do what he does. He stands behind the ball, he closes his eyes, and you can see him kind of feeling the shot with his hands, and he's imagining what's going to happen. He's been doing that for about 10 years, and he rode that all the way to being the #1 player in the world. And so we said, all right, well, this is really interesting. We have an idea. He's got to practice on tour. We're already have an association with him. Let's put it all together. And we did that at the 2023 Players. We sat down with him and we told him what we were doing, and he went, "This is great. This is fantastic. I love this. Let's do it together." And so he's playing it on tour in 2024. So he's played the Players. He's going to tee it up at the Masters. We got Freddie Couples going to tee it up at the Masters with the Mindset technology on the outside. And so, you know, the cool thing about this Mindset thing is it's true. Jason Day is the guy that's doing it exactly like we're promoting it to consumers. However, every pro does a version of it, including Tiger Woods and even non-Bridgestone players. Everybody has a process by which they clear their head to be able to hit the golf ball consistently and effectively, shot after shot. And what we're doing is we're taking one method that Jason does and delivering it to consumers. And the reaction has been good. I mean, you've been in business for a very long time. It's great to talk about new ideas. What's even better than talking about new ideas is when the consumer starts to react to your new ideas and starts to take it up. And what we're seeing through the first few months of 2024 is good sell-through. Consumers are picking the product up, and they're telling us that it's helping them play better golf, and that's the real proof.
So this is the week of the Masters coming up right now, and this is the new ball you were talking about for Tiger. Is this a new 2024 version?
Yeah, so Tiger on the 2024 Tour BX product helps us not only play our product and promote our product, but he's really great with R&D, and he helps us design our products as well. And so in the 2024 Masters, he'll be teeing up the brand new 2024 Tour BX product. And so we're really excited about that. For him, he feels like it spins a little bit more than the 22 version, and it goes a little bit more distance for him. And so he likes the control around the green, like Augusta National. You know, he really needs that spin around the green to control his ball. But obviously, all of us want a little more distance off the tee, and so he's getting a little bit of both in the 2024 B product.
Dan, let me ask you, does Tiger help you put all this magic dust in the ball, or how does that happen?
Yeah, well, definitely. Tiger definitely for years has helped us design multiple generations of our golf ball. I mean, he's a great R&D asset. As I mentioned before, the guy sees things in a golf ball that others just can't see. And he's in a league of his own. And so, yeah, he's helped us through the years, including this 2024 Tour BX that he's playing. And really what he did this year is he switched from the XS, which that's the high swing speed ball that has a little bit more spin, and he switched to the X, which has a little bit more distance. The reason he did that is the same reason you and I sometimes pick up a golf ball, is we want a few more yards off the tee. But what he didn't sacrifice, what he found was in the new 24 version that he helped us design, that the spin around the green was still really good for him and that he could still control the ball and get the extra distance off the tee. So he's like, best of both worlds, I'm in.
You know, I noticed that in the tournament in Los Angeles in the first round there, he was actually getting 5 or 10 more yards than whoever he was playing with. I think Justin Thomas or something. So obviously that ball is working for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's still really long. I mean, he's still Tiger Woods. He still hits the ball as pure as anybody ever has. And yeah, so we're really excited about Augusta. We hear that he's resting up, he's practicing, he's getting himself tuned in. And I can tell you, his 100% mental focus is to do great at Augusta National. And so, you know, he's not done yet. We still believe, we honestly believe he still has majors left in him.
Well, we'll be saying our prayers on this end, and good luck to Tiger this week, as well as all the other Bridgestone golfers.
Hey, Johnny, come here. I want to show you something. Someone was asking me, what's the deal with the microphone here? And, you know, I was talking about the fact that this is Doppler radar. That's the machine in the back there called TrackMan, and that's what tracks the ball through the air, all the way from initial velocity and as it reaches its apex and drops back down to earth and rolls out. And this Doppler radar tracks it the whole way. Now, the microphone there is kind of interesting because what it does is it picks up the sound of the impact and it triggers the Doppler radar, tells it to switch on and to follow the ball. So it's that light switch that goes on for the ball to be tracked by the Doppler radar. So it's kind of cool. So what is it that we're measuring with all this? I mean, what data are we gathering? And it's every bit of data that you can imagine. It's certainly the initial ball speed, the launch angle, the spin rate, the carry of the ball, how long it carries in the air, the apex, what kind of flight pattern it has. You know, dimples on a golf ball are very, very important. And the way that you design a dimple is you can make a golf ball fly higher or lower depending on what you want to do. So the dimple pattern's a little bit like the tread of a tire, where it has a big influence over the performance of the product. And so what we're trying to get to here is probably what every golfer wants to get to, which is the holy grail. And the holy grail of a golf ball is one that goes a long, long way off the tee, but is very controllable around the green, right? So, you know, you've watched golfers I'm sure you do it as well, when you hit a wedge and it sucks back and you put a lot of backspin on. That's a way of controlling the performance of the golf ball around the green, but everybody wants more distance off the tee. So probably in tires, I guess it's a little bit about durability and performance, right? The trade-off there. And I'd have to ask you that. How would you equate that? So we want the holy grail. What's the holy grail in tires?
Holy grail in tires? Well, you know, I believe we could probably make a tire that lasts forever, but we don't want to do that. But anyway, no, the holy grail would give the consumer the quiet ride with the best handling for that particular vehicle, whether they're driving a Porsche or an SUV. And number one, of course, is safety, making sure that no matter what, that's why we make run flat tires. That's why we make drive guard tires, so that if you do pick up an object, a consumer can continue to keep going for 50 some miles or so. So those are our three key buttons when it comes to tires.
Yeah. And you know, we've done a lot of cooperation with the tire side on tread patterns and dimples in a golf ball, and the parallels between those. Matter of fact, in our 2022 E12 product, we advertised how a dimple on a golf ball and the tread on a tire are very similar and have similar performance characteristics and similar sensitivities.
And that's very interesting about the dimples. Is not only the grooves of the dimples, but how many dimples are on a ball. Does that change also?
Absolutely, and the aerodynamics of the golf ball can be changed quite dramatically. And you think about, we have a little display here. So Johnny G, here, I was just going to have a little bit of fun here. You know, a lot of times people don't understand the value of a dimple on a golf ball, that it creates aerodynamics that allow the golf ball to fly through the air in a certain way. Deeper dimples, shallow dimples, these all make a big difference on how a golf ball flies. So here we have a golf ball that's completely bald, right? It has no dimples at all. We have a fun little demo here at the plant as to what you think happens with a golf ball that doesn't have any dimples. And I'll give you a quick hint. The aerodynamics, like a wing on an airplane, they just don't function properly, right? The ball pushes through the air, and the air doesn't shape to the golf ball and creates quite a large drag on the back of the golf ball. It creates negative air pressure on the back of the golf ball, and the golf ball just falls out of the sky. If you've ever been to a range and the golf balls are well worn and a little bit less dimples in them, you'll notice that when you hit your 300-yard drive, it only goes 230 yards.
Ah, okay.
And so the function of a dimple on a golf ball helps the aerodynamics of a golf ball and helps the golf ball fly properly. So we're going to cut for a minute, and then we're going to tee this up and hit it, and you'll see from behind how the golf ball compares to one that has dimples.
You want to do that? Yeah, this is cool. Thanks, Dano.
And Johnny, what you just saw is an iron by iron hitting machine hitting a normal golf ball, and you can see that the flight of that ball was straight down the middle and very long. And now we're going to compare that, just for fun, we're going to compare that to a golf ball that has no dimples on it and show you the ball flight is really different. And consumers, the point of all this is to show you the value of dimples on a golf ball and why a golf ball has dimples.
Super.
So this one is the bald one, and you'll just have to keep your eye on it, and hopefully the camera can catch it as to how it flies.
Oh yeah, big difference.
So you can see the difference is the first quality regular golf ball flew about 290 yards, and the bald golf ball flew about 75 yards.
That's amazing that the dimples can do all that.
It's all about aerodynamics, and you think about the way that the wing cuts through the air on an airplane. It's very similar to how dimples on a golf ball help the aerodynamics of a ball. So that one was half dimples on the left and no dimples on the right. And you can see what happened is it pulled way over onto the side with the dimples because there was less friction on that side.
Unreal. This is like Golf Balls 101 today. This is awesome.
We're going to do it again. This is going to have dimples on the left side and a bald golf ball on the right side. And you'll see what happens because one side is going to create less friction and better aerodynamics than the other. So what it does is it pulls hard left. So it just kind of illustrates the value and the benefit of having a good dimple pattern on your golf ball. And I got to tell you, here at Bridgestone, just like in the tire business, it's very common that you spend a lot of time on tread design. So Johnny, what we just did is we were just illustrating how a dimple has value. The dimple on a golf ball has value. And just like a tire tread is a really important part of the design of a tire, and getting the right tread and the millions of dollars and the many engineering hours we put into that. Well, the same thing is true with dimples on a golf ball. The way that we design the dimple on the golf ball is critical to how it flies through the air. If it stays in the air for a long time, which is good, and if it flies straight, which is good. And one of the things that the pros like Tiger Woods tells us about our golf ball, they tell us that our golf ball really performs well in the wind, that it cuts through the wind. If you have a side wind on a golf course, it throws the ball off and such. And our golf ball dimple technology is really better than anybody else's, we believe, and it helps the pro hit right through the wind and keep the ball straight on target. And so it's critically important to the design of a golf ball.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing all that great information with my audience, Dano. That's really awesome. Thank you. You know, Dan, on my last visit there, I was just blown away because, one of my bucket list things was to go see how a golf ball is made. And it was interesting to see how like the special ingredients went into a tray and then it got cooked in the oven. And then they got sucked out by these tubes and they went through all the different booths and spraying and decals. But at the end of the line, as it's going down the assembly line, there was physically people picking up the ball and touching it, seeing if there was any imperfections, even though it's been through x-ray machines, even though it's been lasered. Everybody, before that ball goes into the box, it's touched by a human being. Is that still happening today?
It definitely is. And yeah, I mean, if you've been to a tire plant, I know you've been through a few in your day. A golf ball plant is like a mini tire plant, right? You start out with raw rubber, you form the rubber, you mix the rubber, you extrude the rubber, you put it into high pressure vulcanization and heating, and then you put a cover on the ball, and then at the very end, you do inspect the golf ball. And all through it, we have 150 different safety checks and quality checks all the way through it. So at the end, it's the very best golf ball in the world. But we don't just assume that. We have a team of people, inspectors, that look at every single golf ball that comes down the line. And eyeballs look at every single golf ball to make sure that it's the best possible quality before it's put into a Bridgestone package and shipped to the retailer and for the golfer. So we're very proud of our quality. That's what makes us the most different. And as we talk about our contribution to the Bridgestone family, it's, like I said, running a good business is part of it, but the other one is being a good representative of Bridgestone, and making the best quality golf balls in the world is our number one job.
Well, safety, quality, that's always been Bridgestone standard. So whether it's in tires or golf balls, I'm glad to see that it's still happening today.
Absolutely, it sure is.
What is your vision for Bridgestone Golf in the future?
The vision for Bridgestone Golf in the future is growth. We've got a really exciting industry going right now. There's more people playing golf. You know, one of the things, I'm an old timer now in the golf business, one of the things that we always wanted to happen in golf is now happening, and that is that a lot more people are coming to play golf, but it's a lot of diversity happening in golf. There's a lot of kids, there's women coming. The biggest group of people that came to play golf during the pandemic have been women. And so we love that. And so golf is looking much more like America looks than it used to, where it was maybe not as diverse as we always wanted it to be. So we're super excited, and along with that diversity and that exciting growth, we want to grow along with it. So we'll keep our eye focused on our core competency, which is making the best golf ball in the world. But we will add other product groups that we're looking at right now. We'll be back in clubs. We took a little hiatus from clubs during the pandemic. We're going to get back into that. And we've got some other categories that we're looking at for expansion as well. So we see our way to contribute profit and brand to the Bridgestone family is growth. And so we're really excited about the future.
So talk about the female customer for a second. I remember that pink lady golf ball. Is there a version still today?
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, we've done really well. Again, we talked about golf ball fitting, and golf ball fitting means that we're as worried about making a great golf ball for the amateur that's just starting as we are for the pro that's making $1 million on tour. And so to do that, we've created golf ball technology for every kind of golf ball, all the way from high swing speed golf balls down to softer golf balls that allow a beginning person to get the ball up in the air easy. We talked about dimple patterns, and we use dimple patterns that help the ball fly high. And so yeah, we're still very focused on the entry-level player and a lot of those new players that are coming to the game, and we think we're the best suited of all the competitors in the business to get them the product that's going to help them perform their best.
So Dan, I've tried something new this year. It's called rapid fire. I'm just going to shoot off a bunch of questions. Whatever's in your gut, just say it, okay?
I'm ready.
So your favorite golf course to play and why?
Favorite golf course is one locally here called Cuskawilla. It's where I used to play with my son when he was growing up, so that's my reason.
Great. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Oh, definitely a morning person. I'm up early and at it.
What's your favorite PGA Tour event?
Oh, definitely Augusta National, the Masters.
All right. How about beach or mountain vacation with the family?
Oh, mountains. Give me the mountains any day.
Love it. Love it. So name one golfer, past or present, that you would like to play golf with.
Brandt Snedeker, great guy. Cool dude.
Love Sneds, love Sneds. Famous quote that most resonates with you.
Woody Allen, 80% of success is just showing up.
I love it. One word you would describe the Masters.
One word I would describe the Masters is elegant.
Could you give my listening audience one pro golf tip that we can all use in our next golf game?
Well, I don't know if they want to have pro golf tips from me, but I will give them this one. Play Bridgestone. It's going to be the best thing for your game. Go for it.
I love it. Well, listen, Dan, I want to thank you so much for being on Johnny G and Friends. You take care out there, my friend, and be safe.
Thank you for having me on, buddy. I appreciate it.
You don't need magic to disappear for a while, because Firestone tires were built for ticking off mile markers. Firestone Destination LE3 tires for 70,000 miles of exploring. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.